This video has been sponsored by myself. Windows 10 and 11 Pro retail versions, still $12.50 only. And if you like my content, please consider subscribing, since only 5% of all the views are from subscribers. So thanks in advance if you would like to do so. Welcome to this very special video about 10 years of Skyrim. A couple of days ago, it was the 11th of November 2021. That finally means it is really now 10 years ago that the original Skyrim was released back in 11th of November 2011. So really 10 years of Skyrim. And as you can see from these videos, Bethesda also did offer some great stuff about, an example, the concert you've seen at the start, and also this 1 hour during special video. So I would say check that out on their channel as well. As most of you know, I already did release the 2021 Ultimate Graphics Guide a month or two before the 11th of November. So yeah, check that out as well if you like to have the best looking graphics, in my opinion, you can have today for Skyrim Special Edition. And when it comes to modding, there is something even more crazy nowadays. As you can see here, this is the Nexus Mods page, and Skyrim Special Edition took the second spot of the most modded games of all time, or at least at Nexus Mods, which has over 1500 mods. Skyrim was there already at number 1 for quite a long time with a huge distance on the other games, but now Skyrim Special Edition actually took the second spot, so that's insane. Skyrim and Skyrim Special Edition are at the Nexus Mods at number 1 and 2 from over almost 1500 games. So what a insane achievement for Bethesda, so congrats to them for also reaching that achievement. And haven't we seen a lot of Skyrim during these 10 years? First of all, of course, we had the main game, then the Dawnguard DLC, Dragonborn DLC, also Heartfire's DLC. And this game got released on pretty much all platforms, I think, which are out there. PC, PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, the Switch, the Xbox One, PlayStation 4, of course. And now it's reaching its third generation of PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X. And there's only one game which has done the same, and that is GTA 5. So Skyrim and GTA 5 are, I think, the only two games who ever released their same game on 3 different platform generations. So also quite an achievement, if I may say so. What I think is a little bit strange that we haven't seen the Elder Scrolls 6 yet, even while it has been announced yet and is going to happen in, who knows, maybe 2025 or something. If you look at the timeline from the Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind, which was released in 2002, we also then got the Elder Scrolls 4, the legendary Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion, which was released in 2006. So then 5 years later we had Skyrim. So if you would follow that timeline, we should have seen already an Elder Scrolls 6 in 2016 or something like that. And then actually this would mean that this year or next year we would have got the Elder Scrolls 7, which yeah, we haven't obviously. So you know, it's I think mostly because of the success of this game, how well it has been sold, that they didn't want to create a new one already, because yeah, why would you do that if the old game sells so well? So we have seen some lesser products by Bethesda, unfortunately, and I think an example, Fallout 76 is one of those examples which really didn't, in my opinion, met the quality that Bethesda used to give us in the past, especially for the Elder Scrolls games. But yeah, looking back at the release of Skyrim, 11th of November 2011, for me personally, on that day, the 11th of November, it's the birthday of my mother. So I didn't play it at day 1, probably a day or 2 later I did play it. I started up for the first time. The thing I did notice immediately on my somewhat large, at that time it was a large 40-inch HD television, the game looked freaking ugly for me. And I did notice later on a smaller monitor, it was not that bad looking. But for me, on the bigger TV, it was a horrible, ugly game. So I could only finish the Helgen card sequence, you know, with the dragon and all that stuff. But I couldn't continue the game because it was so ugly. The textures were so ugly for me. Personally on my 40-inch television, it looked horrible. Also, the user interface on PC was, not really something I liked a lot. So I didn't play it again since the 11th of November for a month or something. Until in somewhat mid-December of 2011, I did pick the game back up because finally a 2K HD texture pack was released. And that looked night and day, and also at the time I switched back to a monitor, and Sky UI was released, one of the most important mods I should say, of Skyrim, and nowadays still for Skyrim Special Edition, Sky UI, to have a great PC interface. And once I got those two mods, so I just got two mods at the end of December 2011, I finally started playing Skyrim. And I really enjoyed every quest, everything of it. And yeah, I played it non-stop. And the funny thing is, in 10 years of Skyrim, I did finish the game twice. So in 2011 or something, maybe beginning of 2012, I finished the game for the first time. Then in somewhat 2016, long after the original DLCs were released, I finished the DLC packages as well. And now in 2021, I did this full playthrough of Skyrim Special Edition with, of course, all the DLC. So I did finish the game only twice, really. And I think this time, in 2021, I did seriously spend most of my time on it by actually doing most of the quests, which I didn't even do in my first playthrough. So for 10 years of Skyrim, I would say it's 9.5 years of modding for me, and a half year maybe seriously playing this game. So yeah, I think if you're modding this game, you probably know that by yourself already. So for me, yeah, that ratio of modding and playing is quite off from a normal player, yeah, who just purchased the game for actually playing Skyrim. So Skyrim modding advanced more and more, and it was in 2014, if I'm not mistaken, that the Austrian modder Skyrim Tuner did release his Real Vision EMB, and I think from there, this is one of the milestones when it comes to modding. The original Skyrim looked so fantastic with his EMB and all the mod lists, all the mods he recommends at that time, that this was definitely a next-gen Skyrim. So here, in my opinion, really the modding started off, and also my YouTube channel started off with that. The 2014 tutorial, I think it's already 7 years ago. It was my first real video, or at least, yeah, the real serious video I did post on my YouTube channel about explaining how to mod Skyrim with this Real Vision mod list, of course. So thanks to Skyrim Tuner, that was fantastic work. Later on, of course, I almost did this Ultimate Graphics tutorial every year till this very year, 2021. Yeah, it's probably my last tutorial, but I really still having a lot of fun with modding Skyrim Special Edition in this case. And of course, we now have the 10-year anniversary of Skyrim Special Edition, so that also includes extra content and yeah, some other stuff we've seen mostly from mods already, but I think the biggest issue is now that this update will break Skyrim script extender and we have to wait for an update again. But hey, it's nice to have a little bit of an extra content after 10 years even. So the only thing I do hope is, because this is where I would like to go for the future, the only thing I do hope is that this content is also coming to Skyrim VR, because Skyrim VR for me is really where the next generation of Skyrim is. Especially with the mods we have nowadays, because the vanilla version of Skyrim VR, yeah, it doesn't really work that well. But a fully modded version, make sure you check out my video, because at that time I did create this year. Skyrim VR nowadays in 2021 and 2022. The mods which have been released are absolutely fantastic, and this really, if you have a VR headset and even especially if you have a powerful PC, really play Skyrim VR and mod it so you have the best looking Skyrim, because a modded Skyrim or a modded Skyrim Special Edition makes a lot of difference when you play it from a monitor. In virtual reality, it makes all the difference, really. So I would say for the future of Skyrim, if you're like me, well, I'm probably going to play it just one more time, but it's going to be in VR, and I would like to have some content, some new content, and also some mods, which I never really played before, like Beyond Skyrim Bruma. And I saw that the guys from the Beyond Skyrim team also were busy with a new version, or a new continent, a new area, I should say, from Cyrodiil. Yeah, I mean, this is really, really cool because a lot of stuff is one-to-one compatible with Skyrim VR. And again, Skyrim VR is really at a level now where I think it's at least as good as Half-Life Alyx, which is for me one of the best games or the most impressive games I've ever played in my entire life, and a virtual reality game. And I think those controls were so super flawless and natural for virtual reality that it is really, really awesome that Skyrim VR is at this same level and even has even more features with the modding community than Half-Life Alyx did. So I really hope that that Oculus is going to release a more compact VR headset, because the problem is still that with VR, you know, this is still a bulky headset, and I think HTC now showed with their new headset, unfortunately it's a mobile headset, but yeah, VR really isn't that in a way that it just misses content, you know. It's Half-Life Alyx showed this, that it is absolutely possible, and it is absolutely next generation when it comes to experience gaming. And that's why I really, really hope that hopefully Bethesda will also continue with their VR support. They did, of course, Skyrim VR and Fallout VR, and I really hope that the Elder Scrolls 6 will be available in VR as well. But it probably will take a couple of years, if even at all. It will be released in virtual reality. But that's what I think the future of Skyrim is. If you still need to play, or if you still were planning to play Skyrim Special Edition in the future, if you have a good PC, you might want to check out if you maybe can buy an Oculus Rift S or a Oculus Quest 2 maybe, if you're from Camp Oculus, or else check out the HTC headsets. But I think the Oculus ones are very good with the inside-out tracking. Fortunately, they require a Facebook account, as you probably know by now, but absolutely the way you want to experience Skyrim by now. But else, hey, it's out there for the modding Skyrim and Skyrim Special Edition. It's the biggest game when it comes to modding, both Skyrim and Special Edition. And I think most mods have been converted now to Special Edition. And there are still in hardcore base which don't want to get rid of old RIM, the old Skyrim. But I think the 64-bit stability of Skyrim Special Edition really did prove itself by, just showing how insanely stable it is when it comes to modding. I did this 104 part Let's Play Skyrim Special Edition this year without a single crash. So yeah, that's super amazing that now with Mod Organizer 2 and Skyrim Special Edition 64-bit modding, you can have that. But again, if you have the possibility to do it in virtual reality, please do it in virtual reality, because it will never be the same and it's hard to get back to the original Skyrim. So yeah, that's I think about it's everything about I wanted to tell and share with you during the last 10 years. Congratulations, Bethesda, for this wonderful game, and I really, really hope that Starfield next year is going to give us a little bit of a glimpse what we can expect from the Elder Scrolls 6, and I'm really looking forward to Starfield, but I'm looking even more forward to the Elder Scrolls 6. So this was 10 years of Skyrim. Let's celebrate this. Maybe if it's been a while that you guys did a playthrough, maybe this is the year to do it again with a new class that you always wanted to play in Skyrim and Skyrim Special Edition. So thanks for watching. Thanks also for being with me in the last 10 years, I should say. When it comes to modding, when it comes to all your wonderful comments I got on YouTube, also for the support, for the questions, for sharing everything on Discord. Join Discord, just to chat with everyone who loves Skyrim as well. I'll include the link in the video description as always. And thanks for this wonderful journey the last 10 years. It has been amazing.